This is a fun game for me.
Everybody's talking about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
Oh, well, this is the matchup that everybody's been waiting to see.
I learned a lot this game. A lot about how technically sound Michael was. Because it's one thing in watching him play, and then it's another thing in playing against him.
He's now in a postgraduate course.
Yeah, boy. Accelerated learning.
His technique was flawless. I wanted to make sure my technique was just as flawless.
Been down a half court, and he wanted to know how, when I turn around on my jump shot, how to feel the defense. I told him you should feel the defense with your legs. Once you feel the defense with your legs, you can take advantage of that.
That was very inspiring for me.
I remember talking to Michael about his motivation every night. And he used to say that maybe there was somebody in the stands that never had a chance to see me play for the first time. And I want to make sure that they go home and they see the best of me.
I remember being a kid and going to games, expecting to see the players play. It never occurred to me at the time that they might be tired, might be sore, they might be sick. It never occurred to me. I just wanted to see them do what they do.
Oh! Ah! Oh.
I think about that. Doesn't matter if I'm sick. It doesn't matter if I have a sprained ankle. The kid that's sitting in there might be the next me sitting up there, watching and trying to get inspiration from that. I need to go out there and play.
Oh, that's great defense there by Kobe. We're talking about at 36 years old, 19th season in the league, going against the best player on the planet.
Basketball never felt like work to me. And once I came to the NBA and I looked around, I saw other guys that weren't working as much as I was, then I started to understand that, you know, how I went about it is hard work. To me, it was just, I just love what I do, so I want to do it as much as possible.
Passion. People have to be lucky to find passion in life.
Yeah, you do. And if you're really lucky, you find that at an early age.
I am a 17-year-old kid, but at the same time, you have to understand when to separate business from pleasure. I figure you can mix the two, because if you mix the two, that's when you start to fall. You know, now it's time to go in there, and it's time to do some work.
Wow, did you see the move by the kid? That's Kobe.
You see the finish by the kid?
On the West Coast, LA Showtime, doing our thing.
Up high, down hard. Kobe Bryant.
Oh! Back down, the fadeaway.
Kobe down the middle, in the air, shows up a...
Crossover, the playground moves, shades going behind your leg like that.
Here comes Bryant. Oh, mesmerizing.
360 turn in the air and spin it in. Magnificent.
Did you set goals when you started in the NBA? Did you have goals at that point? Certain things that you wanted to do?
Yeah, it was really simple for me at the time, which is win as many championships as possible. That was it. Growing up, I understood that to be the standard. Much Magic win 5.
The Lakers are the world champions.
I watched Michael win 6.
Oh, my God, that was beautiful. What a finish.
People talk about your relationship with Michael Jordan. Let me straighten this out first. The time at the Forum or wherever that was, Phil had Michael come to the game and sat at the table. You remember that? I read somewhere where it said that you didn't challenge him or he didn't challenge you. It didn't happen. It did happen because I was sitting right there at the table, right at the table. So Phil asked Michael if he wasn't doing anything, just come by practice, maybe to want to play. Maybe we can find out what you got. And then you said back, no, maybe I'll find out what you got. And then he said back, well, you can't guard me. And then you said, you can't guard me.
Right.
How old were you?
21.
You were 21 years old. There was a silent moment. And then when we walked out, when we walked down the hall, Mike goes, I love that dude, man. He's a warrior. Because you did not step back. It's like, well, maybe we'll see. Let's play. When we can play tomorrow, I got shoes.
That's a foul all day long. Oh, I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking. Hey, you only got 3 now. I get 6. I would get that foul. You only got 3 now.
I grew up watching him, and I grew up having that same type of edge and competitiveness.
I know where you're going. You gotta get up quick. If you knew where I was going, why you go for the fake?
Mike, after you fake the ball, where else you gonna
You
go?
left your feet.
Yeah, but where else you gonna go?
In the game, I go for you.
I spun all the way around.
I go for these ribs right here.
Michael and I both know there's certain players that we can intimidate. Certain players are afraid.
4, 3, 2. That's all right. Hey, I shoot them better when the clock going down.
But every now and then, you run into a player that has the same DNA that you do, has the same competitive spirit that you do. And you quickly realize that the bullying and the trash talking is not going to work with this person.
I can guard you one-on-one.
You get what?
It's nothing.
Oh, now I know you lost your mind. You score? Yeah. What makes you think that?
That I can score on you?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty confident I can score.
Why? Because you don't talk yourself into getting 50 dropped on you.
Have you run into anybody playing today, younger players, that have that same fire, that same passion that you have for the game?
Westbrook plays mean.
Oh, with a vicious slam.
He played mean like I did, with an aggression, much the way I play.
Let's go look at some more of these things.
Sure.
You remember being in the gym by yourself?
I remember that day. That was actually shortly after I broke my finger. So I have a really big bandage on that. It was almost like a cast. So I was trying to figure out how to dribble and shoot with it and what I could and couldn't do.
It's very hard to come to the point to say, maybe I can't do all the things that I used to do. Now what? Do you change your game?
Yeah, adjust. It's not like I look at the process of losing a few steps here and there or getting older and saying, damn, I wish I could do. Of course I wish I could do, but the reality is I can't. You look at some of the great players that have ever played, look at the Michaels of the world, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Magic Bird, all great players in their own right, all different levels of physical ability, right? So for me to look at where I am now and say I don't have the physical ability that I had back then, doesn't mean I can't still be a dominant or a great player, because there's been plenty of players in the league who haven't had that speed or that athleticism, but have still been able to dominate, so why can't I?